You seem like someone who would like stories. Um, so this is a little bit of a story. And there was a guy who messaged me on, Scruff or no, or whatever. What is it called? Grinder. About a month ago. And I'm like, oh, this is a bot. It was like weird picture of a guy, like an angle that was weird, and he was like young, but there's no indication that someone like this would go for like almost a 60-year-old man. I mean, there are, but it didn't seem it, It just looked weird. So I just let it go, as I do. I think they're funny. And then persistent, Jim thought, oh, it's a bot. Then my other friend, Ty, he was like, I don't think it's a bot. I'm like, okay, but I wasn't that into it to begin with. Then he kind of got a little like adamant. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm talking to a bot. I mean, I could make fun of you as a bot, but you're a bot. You don't exist. Whatever. Sometimes they say I'm making squirrel soup or something because that, throws their little computer off. So anyway, I guess it's yesterday we're talking, and it's like clear. I don't think he's a bot, and I literally said, I thought you were a bot, and he kind of got why I would have thought he was a bot, and he had an all business approach. He was just like very kind of like, and I'm like, he thought I was playing with him. I'm like, not playing with you. I just thought you were a bot. I don't usually hook up with, I didn't say this, but I don't usually do quick hookups on the app. It's just not my style. I'm more, I'm less transactional, as the past president was attributed it being. So I said, come over. This is yesterday, but he couldn't. I said, no, he wanted to come over yesterday, but I couldn't. I was hanging out with Jen, whatever. And then I said, hey, if you're free tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. I'll be around. But supposedly he wasn't going to be. So I woke up. I'm kind of like a weird mood today anyway. I feel kind of still sinusy and whatever. I might have jerked off twice. And, I didn't really have the biggest boner when that happened. So then anyway, I hear from him. And I'm like, oh, well, that's weird. So he wants to come over. So being the, Boy Scoutish type person, I'm like, well, why I know that you're somewhat transactional and you want me to fuck you. The penis isn't necessarily going to cooperate, but I'd be cool with just eating you out. You know what I mean? Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Didn't really respond to that in true transactional style. But anyway, comes over. I left the door open, whatever. It came to this strange, white coat on. Very weird. But I'm like, he's cool. He's Panamanian, and that's why I think the bot thing happened. In any case, he slicked back hair, not really what I'm used to, and a little stylized in a certain kind of way. And kind of we get, a little naked and get into it. And I'm like, oh, he's beautiful. I mean, his ass was fucking butter. So, it all kind of rolled around, and I was like, oh, this ain't happening, you know what I mean? So if you're, I even told him, I said, if you need to move on, that's fine. This is earlier. So then, anyway, we're rolling around upstairs thinking, oh, well, he's cool with whatever happens, right? So we're in bed, doing this and that. And then he gets up to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay. And he's freshening up. Why? I don't know. So I'm like, I hear the water. And I'm like, this guy doesn't even know. Our bathroom's kind of weird. Doesn't even know how to use it. It's a weird bathroom. Does he get a shower? I don't even know. But so then I'm texting Jim, because I had been texting Jim even earlier about it. And I'm like, oh, well, this is what's happening. Guys in the bathroom, whatever. And I'm like, time elapses. And then I get up. I'm going to just check what's he doing in the shower. And guess what? He wasn't in the shower. I look around and I'm like, I don't know where he went. I went downstairs. His clothing was missing. He somehow stealthily kind of got out of the house and went. He's gone. Which part of me thinks is absolutely hysterical. And like, he didn't, like, he could have totally been like, oh, that was cool. You know, I'm just, yeah, I need to kind of go now. And that would have been fine. But like totally disappeared. And at some point I'm like, look, it's a big house. So looking in rooms and I'm like, I hear cats moving. Is that him? I don't know. But literally I'm left with this like Eurotrash scent and this kind of funny experience. And he had beautiful skin. His ass was like fucking paradise. Yeah, soft, which is kind of a thing for me. Anyway, I just wanted to share that story with another human. You being the human.